Today's reading on soil conservation. Here you have two big ideas or key questions. Write them in your notes there. How can soil lose its value? And how can soil be conserved? A lot of these lessons were learned through the Dust Bowl, which is talked about right here, but we've talked about in class and activity, and we also watched 2 days of film, so we're going to skip past that. All right, how can soil lose its value? Today, much of the area affected by the Dust Bowl is once again covered with farms, but the Dust Bowl is a reminder of how important soil is for humans. The value of soil, so you're going to write this in here. A natural resource is anything in the environment that humans use. Soil is one of Earth's most valuable natural resources because, and you're writing this in your notes here, everything that lives on land, including humans, depend directly or indirectly on soil. Plants depend directly on soil to live and grow. Humans and animals depend on plants or on other animals that depend on plants for food. Fertile soil is valuable because there's a limited supply of it. Less than 1/8 of the land on Earth has for soil is also in limited supply because it takes a time to form. It can take hundreds of years for just a few centimeters of soil to form. Prairie grasses, like those found in the Great Plains, are still among the most fertile in the world. Shows the root system of prairie grass. Okay, soil damage and loss. Human action can change, and changes in the environment can affect soil. So you're going to write this in here in your notes. The value of soil is reduced when soil loses its fertility or when topsoil is lost to erosion. Loss of fertility. Soil can be damaged when it loses the fertility. This can happen through loss of moisture and nutrients. So this occurs when soil loses its moisture and nutrients. This type of soil damage occurred in large parts of the southern United States in the late 1800s, where cotton was the only crop. Cotton used up many nutrients in the soil, and those nutrients were not replaced. Loss of topsoil. Whenever soil is exposed, water and wind can quickly erode it. Plant cover can protect soil from erosion in several ways. Plant breaks the force of falling rain, and plant roots hold the soil together. Okay, so let's go back to our notes here. Loss of topsoil. This occurs when soil is exposed to wind and water and is quickly eroded. Plant cover breaks the force of falling rain and roots hold the soil together. So it goes in your two spots there. Wind erosion, so another part of your notes here, is the most likely to occur in areas where farming methods are not suited to dry conditions. For example, wind erosion contributed to the Dust Bowl in the Great Plains. Farmers plowed up the prairie grasses that were held the soil together. Without roots to hold it, the soil blew away more easily. We'll come back to it in these assess your understanding. How can soil be conserved? Today, many farmers use methods of soil conservation. Soil conservation is the management of soil to limit its destruction. So you're writing that in there. Soil conservation is the management of soil to limit its destruction. Then go down to the key icon there. Soil can be conserved through practices such as contour plowing, conservation plowing, and crop rotation. Changes in crop. Some crops, such as corn and cotton, can take up large amounts of nutrients from the soil. Others, such as peanuts, alfalfa, and beans, help restore soil fertility. These plants, called legumes, have small lumps on their roots and contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria. These bacteria make the important nutrient nitrogen available in form that plants can use. Here we go. Write this in your notes. In crop rotation, a farmer plants different crops in the field each year. One year, the farmer plants a crop such as corn or cotton. The next year, the farmer plants crops that uses fewer soil nutrients, such as oats, barley, or rye. The year after, the farmer sows legumes to restore the nutrient supply. Probably not saying that right, but good enough. Okay, so go back to up to changes in plowing and contour plowing. Write this in there. Farmers plow their fields along the curves of slopes instead of in straight rows. This method helps slow the runoff of excess rainfall and prevents it from washing soil away. In conservation plowing, dead weeds and stalks of the previous crops are plowed into the ground to help return soil nutrients, retain moisture, and hold the soil in place. So you're writing that in there as well. Okay, you do have the apply it. So list two visible differences between the two soil samples, A and B. Which sample do you think is most fertile? Circle it, A or B. And then you can do the assess your understanding. Why is soil valuable? Talked about it. How does wind erosion affect the value of soil? Go ahead and do that one as well. So thank you for listening. Have a great and wonderful rest of your day.